So today I'm going to be unboxing the February Scrawlrbox. So if you don't know, Scrawlrbox is a subscription art box where they send you different art supplies each month. This is my first ever Scrawlrbox, so I'm actually a little bit nervous. Kia ora everyone, this is Hey Johanna. So this box arrived about 2 weeks ago and I am a little bit late with filming this, but I haven't looked up what's in the box yet. I haven't seen anyone else's videos, so this is going to be a surprise for me as well. So let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay, it looks like there might be some sort of fine liner thing going on here because we've got this little book which has this beautiful illustration on the front, and it's just, it's just a tiny little sketchbook, but it's really cute. And I can also see the print. Oh my god, that's so pretty. So the featured artist is Rob Draper, and I'll leave his Instagram and his website down below. It says he is an artist and a designer based in the UK specializing in hand lettering. And you can definitely tell because this is just absolutely gorgeous, and I love this kind of work. So I'm really excited for this box now. Okay, let's get this over here. I don't have that much desk space at the moment. So let's open this up. So this is the February Scrawlrbox. I won't look at this too hard because I'm going to pick up all the supplies first, but that is essentially what everything is in the box, and it kind of explains all the tools and stuff like that. So here's the Scrawlrbox sticker. I don't know what people do with these after they've had like a year's worth of subscriptions to Scrawlrbox, because like they're always the same sticker but they've got a cute new design on them. So I'm excited to start like a wall of those or put them on my laptop or something. And also Scrawlrboxes always come with a candy, so this one looks like just a gold coin, just a standard chocolate coin. It's pretty cute. So I've also got these Pitt black artist pens, fine liners, which, I love them so much. I've actually got so many fine liners already, but you can never have too many fine liners. I keep this glass over here with all my other fine liners, so yeah, you can see that I'm no novice in fine liners. I'm just gonna try and move this over because it's getting a bit glary over here. And I want you to be able to see this print really well because it's absolutely beautiful. If you can see, I'm not sure if it's catching it on camera, but this sort of dotty work on the inside is actually glitter. So I imagine there might be some glitter in this pack. I actually kind of hate glitter because it just gets everywhere and it's awful, but it's fine. So it looks like with these Pitt artist pens you get these different sizes of fine liner, and then there might be one brush liner, and I'm always looking for different brush pens because most companies make one and some of them are really good and some of them are really shit, so it's always good to try some new ones. I'm just going to use this little booklet to swatch these out. So we have the 0.3, the 0.5, 0.7, and then the brush. So I think I've actually had one of these before and the tip frayed a little bit. This one actually looks really nice and sharp, so I'm not sure if it was exactly the same. I'm pretty sure it's a Faber-Castell Pitt artist pen, but I may be wrong. So yeah, one of the great things about these brush pens is that you can get different thicknesses and lines. I like to line all of my work with brush pens because you just get a little bit more of an organic kind of a look. It just, you get the thick strokes and the thin strokes, and you can get a really fine point, or you can get a really thick point, and I just find that makes a really organic kind of look in your artwork. Okay, so next we have it looks like a Scrawlrbox branded pencil, Scrawlrbox and Viking 4B kind of gold metallic pencil. Oh wait, it's not actually gold metallic at all, it's just a pencil. Wow. So yeah, custom Scrawlrbox Viking pencil. But yeah, it looks like it's it's just a pencil. Like, it's just a pencil. This is probably gonna offend lots of people, but I always feel like a pencil is a pencil is a pencil. Like, you can get some really expensive pencils and some really cheap ones. And as long as you don't get the like absolute minimum cheap ones, your pencil's gonna basically do the same thing every time. I'll be honest, I kind of stay away from these pencils where, you know, it's really soft graphite and it's really dark graphite because, you know, you can't pick them up as easy with your eraser, and I live for my eraser. So yeah, here we go. Here's the glitter, Gold Dazzle. Let's just see. Culture Hustle Gold Dazzle. A plant-based super sparkly glitter. Microplastics are killing the environment, contaminating our oceans and beautiful wildlife. Plastic-based glitters are evil and helping destroy our planet. So it looks like this brand of glitter is actually compostable, and when it meets soil or water, it just breaks down naturally instead of, you know, microplastic glitters which don't break down at all, really. So yeah, plant-based, 100% compostable glitter, recycle after use. I never really thought about it being plastic in the same way as you think of, you know, a toothbrush being plastic. That's actually kind of a cool thing to do. I never even thought about that. So we've also got a Uniball Signo white pen, which I absolutely love these. I already have like 3 of these, but it's always good to get another one. I'm not sure if it'll show up on this paper or not. People always talk about the Jelly Roll white pens, which look like this, and I do love them as well, but I find that the Uniball Signo pens just draw so much better on my art after the fact. I would recommend this one if you're looking for a white gel pen, Uniball Signo Broad. And you can get them like anywhere, they're very, very accessible. So finally, it looks like we've got some kind of glue stick to probably stick on the glitter, I imagine. Let's have a look. So yeah, it's basically a PVA pen, and that's all there is to say about that, really. I actually really love the smell of PVA. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but it's such a nice smell. So I'm going to use this on here and see how it sticks. Oh god. So I don't think you're supposed to use it as like a sort of brush to spread it out, because, you know, I imagine that fairly quickly the tip of the pen would get clogged up. I don't know, it might be a good idea to just use a little paintbrush or something to get the really fine details. So let's open this up. Oh god, trying not to make a mess here. It's futile, it's glitter, it's gonna make a mess. Okay, maybe I'll try and get it back in this little packet. It's actually a really nice glitter. Like, you wouldn't know that it wasn't just normal plastic glitter. It's really nice that they've done that they've got that option for a non-plastic kind of glitter. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of mess to have a little bit of fun. So I'm just gonna let that dry for a bit, and then we'll come back to that and see what it's like. So I've just realized that another thing which comes with the Scrawlrbox is a couple of these pieces of card. On the little Scrawlrbox menu, they call them craft sheets, but they're just like, you know, reasonably firm, just brown craft kind of paper. So this is everything that comes in the February Scrawlrbox, and I'm really happy with this because I love these Pet Artist pens, I love the Uniball Signo. I'm really excited to get going with this one. One thing I did just want to mention before I jump into doing some actual art with this, I went and found my other Pet Artist pen from Faber-Castell. It's the brush one as well, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll zoom in a little bit. But this one got really frayed at the end, just, you know, only after a couple of uses. So I'm not sure if that's because, you know, I do push really hard when I use my pens, or if that was just what the pen is like, but I'll show you what it's like with the brand new one. So yeah, as you can see, this bottom one here is the brand new one, and the top one's the kind of frayed edge. It's not actually that problematic, because especially if you're just using it to fill in large areas, it doesn't actually matter. But I just thought I'd mention that because some pens have stronger nibs than others, and some will fray like that, and some will just stay a bit stronger. So that's something to keep in mind if you're considering buying these Pet Artist pens. Okay, so let's start actually creating something. So I'm thinking of writing something like, my city that I come from is Wellington, and I've just been visiting home. And I'm thinking about doing something to do with that, like writing Wellington or something to do with Wellington on it. Maybe I'll do something like Wild Wellington or Wild Windy Wellington. But anyway, okay, Wild Wellington, Wild Windy Wellington. I'm also not that good at like cursive, but I wanted to put something like cursive in here. So maybe I'll do like wild in block letters, and then like windy in cursive, and then Wellington in block letters. I guess. I used to do this kind of work a lot, but not on my YouTube channel. That's been mostly reserved for like alcohol marker processing and stuff like that. I'll do what I want. I'm actually quite nervous about using the glitter because, you know, often I find that glitter can make projects just look really, really amateur, like a kid has done it or something, but in this it looks really, really good. So I'm just so scared that if I come out with something nice, then it's gonna look a bit, once I add the glitter, but I don't know. So I just have to say that I have some seriously renewed respect for the YouTubers who just talk and draw the entire time, because I keep getting really, really distracted and all I'm doing is writing. Like I should be able to do this while talking, but I'm actually finding it really, really difficult. So I keep going silent and then being like, oh fuck, there's nothing, you know, I'm not saying anything. This is gonna be such a boring video. Yeah, mad props to the YouTubers who just do this as a regular thing. I suppose I should talk a little bit about Wellington. So Wellington is the city that I'm from. It's the capital city of New Zealand, and it's quite well known for being really windy. It's a really lush city. There's lots of forest around, there's lots of hills and mountains and stuff. So yeah, it's a really cool place. I was just visiting there about a week ago. I've just returned back and I really miss it so much. It's where all my family are, it's where my dog lives. Where I live now is great too, and I really love it here. It's just, I'll always have Wellington in my heart because it's so pretty. Okay, now I have to fit the word Wellington in here, but it's probably gonna be really small. The amount of people I've met in Europe who have been like, oh yes, I've been to New Zealand, I went to Auckland, I thought it was awful. And it's like, well, you went to the worst part, didn't you? Oh, I miss it so much. You can obviously just tell that I'm just like, Wellington, 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 Wellington. I miss it a lot. So that's why it's perfect that I got to do this, because I can think about Wellington a little bit and, you know, miss it and share it with you all. So I hope you sort of don't get bored of me talking about Wellington this entire time. I'm wondering whether I should make this more cursive, not cursive, what's the word? Serif. I feel like I'm just copying now. I'm gonna have to try really hard not to just flat out copy it. Oh no, it's not working. Wow, this is actually really hard. I used to be much better at this. Kind of just looks like I'm adding red spikes everywhere for no reason. And then they have these little bits coming. Oh god, I'm gonna have to do this whole thing again. No, I refuse. I just don't have the energy. I'm just gonna have to roll with it. There we go, that looks a little bit better. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera. It's kind of making the pencil sort of like sheen, but that's basically what we're working with. I'm gonna make the Wellington 3-dimensional in the block letters, but I'm not sure if I'll make the wild 3-dimensional because I don't want to take too much inspiration from this one and I don't want it to look too much like that one. Oh god, how do you do 3D Gs? Maybe I should look up some references or something. I'm kind of taking as much inspiration from this as I can. It's looking good though. I'm actually kind of like stoked with what I've got, so maybe I should start with the pen. So I was going to use the 0.3, but it's actually too narrow. For now, I'm going to use the 0.7 because it's just a bit thicker. So I've been trying really hard lately not to move my paper around when I'm sketching or drawing, because apparently, you know, according to the good artists and everything, you should be able to draw all the lines while keeping the paper straight. And usually I'm not bad at doing that. Like, I've gotten much better recently, but when it comes to lettering, I'm giving myself a little bit of an out here because, you know, it's just, you need these lines to be like really, really, really straight. I could be using a ruler. I just don't care that much. You know what, just do what you want. Just do what you want is what I really feel. I don't like people telling me how to do my art. I don't like them telling me, oh, you can't use an eraser because that means you're not learning. Oh, you can't, you know, move your paper around because that means you're not learning. You can't do this, you can't do that. It's just like, you know what, just let me enjoy my art. When I'm sitting down and doing art, I'm just having fun, you know, I'm just in my happy place. And the last thing that I want is for someone to come along and be like, that, what you're doing right there, no, stop doing that. It's like, don't tell me what to do. I do what I want. I am actually going to switch to a brush pen for this bit because I want this to be more cursive and more like calligraphy-like. So I'm going to need the thicker lines on the downstrokes and the thinner lines on the upstrokes, as though I was using some kind of calligraphy brush pen. I'm just going to fake it a little bit here. One of the reasons that I always do time lapses is because I am quite a slow artist. I mean, I really, really value taking time and doing everything really, really perfectly, and I've always kind of been that way. Especially when I was doing Inktober last year, I found it increasingly necessary to actually increase the speed of my drawing, because doing 31 drawings in 31 days is actually, you know, it's kind of taxing. So I learned to draw a bit quicker, get, you know, better at putting my pen on the paper and not being so scared. And that actually really helped me improve my artistic ability as well, because I wouldn't be so worried about putting the pen on the paper. I'd just go, and it's actually one of the most trickiest things I've found. In conclusion, putting your pen on the paper is a good thing. Wellington is facing straight down to Antarctica. And what that means is that we get all the chilly southerly weather just coming straight up from Antarctica, and there's no land in between Antarctica and New Zealand, so we just get this really cold wind, and so that's why it's a really, really, really windy city. Like, no one owns an umbrella in Wellington. You can't find an umbrella in Wellington. I actually can't explain how windy it is. Like, you just have to go and experience it. It's definitely one of the more unpleasant things about Wellington, I'm not gonna lie. Except for the housing market, but let's not go into that. I follow an artist on Instagram called Ian Barnard who does exactly this type of lettering work, but he does it in Procreate mostly, so I would definitely recommend going and checking him out if you enjoy using Procreate and you enjoy this lettering kind of thing, because he's really amazing. Like, he's got some sick talent, so 100% go check him out. I'll link him down in the description box below, along with, oh, I keep forgetting his name, Rob Draper. I do still really struggle with visualizing things in a 3D environment just because I don't have enough experience with that, and that's okay. You know, everyone's learning something new. Even the best artists in the world don't have everything down perfectly. It's not embarrassing not to know things, but it is embarrassing to pretend that you know everything about art and everything about drawing and that you don't have anything left to learn, because everyone has something to learn. Everyone. So yeah, with this Signo gel pen, you can see that it just goes on really nicely onto this toned paper. It creates a really opaque white, and I just really love them. But yeah, I mean, you can see why this is one of my favorite pens. Like, look at how it just makes everything bounce, doesn't it? It's so pretty. I'm pretty sure I've said this like 4 times already, but I'm actually really nervous to put the glitter in. Like, I'm not sure if it's gonna just make it look like a childish mess, or if it's gonna actually add some pop like this white pen does. So hopefully the latter, but I don't know. Every time I've ever used glitter in the past, it's kind of just been a little bit, I don't know, novice. But again, it looks great here, so maybe I just wasn't using it in a very professional kind of way. When I was in year 9, we had to tell the class what our favorite color was, and I really stood up in front of everyone and said that my favorite color was glitter. So year 9 is about, what, like 12 years old, so, you know, don't judge me too harshly for that one. To be fair, who even has a favorite color? Like, I hate that question so much. Like, what even is a favorite color? What does that mean? Your favorite color to what? To wear? Your favorite color to dye your hair, to paint your nails? I don't know. Like, you could have more than one favorite color. How am I supposed to choose from 365 Copic markers which one's my favorite color? That's just ridiculous. I have 100 favorite colors. Don't ask me what my favorite color is. Although, truth be told, I've actually finally decided recently what my favorite color is as an adult, and it is yellow. I love yellow. It's an unappreciated color, I think. I love it. Unappreciated color. I hope you're enjoying my rambling. This is what happens when I don't do time lapses. I just talk about just crap. Just absolute crap. Okay. I think I'm going to go around the outside of this one as well with the white. We're going to get pretty close to this edge, so I'm not going to be able to do too much more than that, but I can definitely do stuff inside, or, you know, in the shadows or whatever to detail, and I'm going to detail this a bit more. I might try to detail this, add some details to the background. That's the direction I'm gonna go, guys. Now I feel like I've run out of things to talk about. I've just completely dug myself into a hole. Oh, she's starting to come together. This is looking really cool. I'm so happy. I've actually only just remembered why I am used to doing this kind of lettering thing, and it's because as soon as I got my Posca pens, which was around last year, I started drawing on all of my journals, my, you know, sketchbooks and everything, and writing basically sketches and studies, or, you know, which sketchbook number it was, or what kind of sketchbook it was. So this is the kind of thing that I would do on my books. I'll show you an example. Like, I do this on my sketches and studies books. It's just a little book, but this is what I like to do. And I was like, why do I recognize doing this? Why is this not the first time I've done this in a while? And it's because I like to do it on my books like this. Ah, the joy of drawing. I just love doing this stuff so much. Like, there's no point in this. It's just fun. It's just fun to make things which look pretty. And I hope that everyone can experience that in some way. In New Zealand, a Copic marker, a Copic sketch marker is $13, which is just ridiculously expensive. I mean, the things that you can get for $13 in New Zealand, the list goes on. You could get almost 3 pizzas for $13 in New Zealand. So yeah, one Copic sketch marker is very hard to justify, but I managed to do it. So if you're the type of person who spends the same amount of money on one pencil, then it's not like I can judge. Alcohol markers are not cheap. Okay, it's just occurred to me that if I wanted to do any of this kind of ornamental stuff in the background, I should probably do that now, just in case there's glitter everywhere, because it's really not easy to draw over glitter. I might do some little background elements first. I'm not going to do much because, I'll be honest, my hand's getting a bit sore, and I really want to get to the glitter, but I'm going to do that first before I put the glitter in. I really hope that people actually understand that this is a Manuka flower, because it does just look like any old normal 5-petaled flower. Actually, I just need to check that I'm actually drawing a Manuka flower. I should probably be using references. Always use references, people. Flowers are hard. Teach me your ways. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm just starting to moan. So already I can tell that the tip of this brush pen is getting a little bit frayed, and again, I'm not really sure if that's me doing that or if it's just like how the pen is. After a couple of hours, the pen will start to fray and you won't be able to get that really nice sharp tip. I just thought I should let you know. I'm sort of sad to say this, but Manuka flowers actually look kind of a little bit scary. They've got like a really big area in the center where they've just got these sort of little seed bits coming out around the outside and then one big one in the middle, and it's kind of like, you're almost a pretty flower. The best thing you can do is just go with the flow, appreciate the process, learn from it maybe, and do better next time. Yeah, I think I will go on with some white pen, and then we can put the glitter on. I know, I'm sorry, we're close. We are close. This has taken way longer than I thought it was going to. So even though I've kind of been mashing the Pitt Artist pen in the brush nib, I think that the rest of them are really nice fine liners. Like, I definitely recommend them. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, just sparkling some dots around as decoration is a really, really good and easy way to make it look like, you know, you've put lots of detail in. Okay, I think we're ready. I think we are ready to put the glue in. I'm just going to squeeze it out into this little thing because I really don't trust this pen sort of nib thing. It's just like a finer glue dispenser. Oh shit. See, that's what I was trying to avoid. I have no tips for this process. I have not done this since I was a very young child. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along letter by letter and kind of add the glitter as I go. Fuck, I think it's already drying. Shit. I always forget PVA. It just dries so fast. Just gonna get that print out of the way so that it doesn't get covered in glitter. I'll probably be able to go in later on and scrape it, like scrape off the bits that I don't want anyway. I'm gonna be finding glitter in places for just weeks now. This is just what happens with glitter. It's like sand. You go to the beach once and months later you're still finding sand everywhere. Another reason I pretty much would never ever choose to use glitter is that I like to scan my artwork, and you can't really scan glittered items. I mean, you can, but you're gonna get glitter on the scanner, and if you've ever had glitter on your scanner, I do not need to tell you how annoying that is. Okay, so this actually looks really cool. I have significantly warmed up to this glitter, eh? At the start I was like, oh no, oh hell no, I'm not playing with glitter, but this actually looks really pretty. Oh, I wish you could see what it's like sparkling under these lights. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm really happy with this actually. This was a good Scrawlrbox. I mean, you can definitely tell who's more experienced at this, but I'm pretty happy with what I've made. And I've got another piece of paper at the side here, which I can practice on later on if I want to. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed what I made as much as I do, because I think this is really cool and I'm actually really tempted to put this on my wall now. And when I started this whole process, I was like, okay, well, whatever I make, it'll just be for fun. But I actually think that this is really, really cute. So I'm really happy, thrilled that this was my first Scrawlrbox. Definitely recommend. If you want to check out Scrawlrbox, I'll put a link in the description down below. I'm not sponsored by Scrawlrbox, I'm just really enthusiastic about their product. Anyway, also Ian Bernard is listed down below, as well as the creator of this, which is Rob Draper. So I'll put links to their Instagrams and their websites and all that good stuff down below. Again, thank you so much for watching. Kia ora everyone, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay guys, I'm officially a glitter fiend again. This looks awesome. I'm gonna use glitter all the time now. It actually is banging. Definitely recommend. Alright, bye lovely people.